What's up? How's it going? You excited? Right now, we're gonna be going through some pitch decks. We got Uber, aka Uber Cab. We got Airbnb. We're gonna do Tinder. We might do Buffer too, which is exciting. I think they were acquired by Tiny not too long ago. So yeah, there's some exciting stuff that's about to happen. We're gonna go through these pitch decks, kind of look at how they feel, what we like about them, what's working, things that we can emulate into our pitch decks, and just general best practices and kind of play around. So let's get into it. Uber Cab, next generation car service. Love that. I mean, just like for the pure context, we're just seeing. Is that a BlackBerry? Yeah, it's a freaking. They got a BlackBerry and like the OG iPhone, Mercedes. Um, Next generation car service is an interesting. Like, is that how you pitch it now? It'd be a different pitch, right? I think it is next gen. Yeah, next generation travel. I don't know. It is a nice little start. Let's get into it. I like how it even has the edge of the photo. That's funny. I mean, this is just proof of if you know what you're doing and you can communicate well, you don't need fancy designs. It's just pure, just like information, right? Most use aging inefficient technology, radio. Hailing is done by hand or phone, no GPS coordination, significant fare seeking or dead time. So cabs in 2008. This is a good problem slide, right? It's pretty straightforward. We can kind of understand this. I'm very interested to see how they do the solution because this is a new paradigm of a way to think. So let's see how they do it here. Okay, now they're getting more into the problem slide. So also don't feel limited to one thing. If they try to fit this into, like that would be way too much for a single slide. If you need to take multiple slides on a single concept, like your problem, your solution, your market, do it. It's better to do it in more slides versus try and jam pack everything in a single one. Medallion system, it's nice here. So digital hail can make street hail unnecessary. Just in green, love that. Uber cab concept. Just literally calling it a concept. Let's go. Fast, efficient, on-demand car service. Market professionals in American cities. Convenience of a cab. Experience of a professional chauffeur when SF and NYC. Optimized fleets. The net jets of car services. I don't know what that is, but it's always good to be like, ironically now people are like, we're the Uber of X, the Airbnb of X. They were the net jets of car services. Optimized fleets. Incentive drivers. You know, honestly, I wouldn't even understand it yet, just from this slide. Maybe image would help. I'm not sure, but this sharpness is really good. Market professionals in American cities. Fast, efficient, on-demand car service. That's sharp. That's how you want to get whatever you're talking about with your product. One-click car service. Must be a member to use the service. Okay. Not hailed from street. Guaranteed pickup, unlike a yellow cab. It's interesting. This is the first time you're saying like mobile app. I feel like that could have been more at the top. Pretty heavy on text. Imagery would have helped, but honestly, white background with black text, hard to go wrong. Key differentiators, members only. That's how it started. One-click hailing, pick up here in 5 minutes. Fast response time. I think even here, high-tech solution. Even here, I wouldn't even fully understand what it does yet or like how it works. It's like one-click pickup, one-click hailing, pick up here in 5 minutes. This is like the core essence. How do we make this the like key theme, right? But it's pretty nice. Operating principles, luxury, customer focused. I don't even know if this is super important. This is nice, cashless, best end user experience possible. It's like, yeah, kind of assume these things. I guess this is helping with, since it doesn't look like they have a pure market Slide. I guess that's why they're fitting it in here, like luxury, modern, prepaid, profitable by design. That's funny. But yeah, there we go. Uber cab apps. Okay, see, this is like the one I think I wanted. One-click request from Geo. I mean, these dudes. This is so funny. SMS from any phone. Pick up at work in 5 minutes. While they literally were doing it via text. That's so funny. Not even literally. This is just like iPhone 4 stock image. It doesn't even have the app prototype. It just literally here's an iPhone. I mean, I don't. Different times, man. One-click request. Yeah, I mean, having clout works, helps. Having good network. I think he famously made this super fast too. Just like basically made this really quick. Yeah, it's like that's just like the name in a different font, right? Ubercab.com, book trips, pre-specified location, Google Maps integration. Yeah, so it's like this is the first time we're actually like, what is this even? I don't even know. Those photos of cars, I'm not sure, but let's keep it going. Use cases, trip to restaurants, bars, shows, transportation, elderly transport. Yeah, it's good. I like the use cases, user benefits. I mean, this would be hard for them to guarantee, right? Car services require 1 to 3 hours notice. Faster, cheaper than a limo, but nicer and safer than a taxi cab. This is like the real meat and potatoes here. This line, it's great. I mean, I would do the green highlight again. That's a good one. Environmental benefits, interesting. I don't know if they needed this. 2x efficiency of a cab. But it's nice. I mean, it's something I care about, but I wonder if in their deck they needed this or not. But it's nice. Uber fleet. It's interesting, right? They own the first cars, I believe, right? They bought them. And for the prototype, I think like the concept was worst case scenario, these VCs fund this service and they have this like cool thing in SF for themselves that they can use, whether or not it's available to the general public. Imagine that you're the only person in the world that just like shoots this like text to this service and you just get this magic car that shows up outside. I think like from that probably made all the investors bullish, because then it became very obvious to not like stand on a corner waving your hand out or hoping or having to do a call and have the dispatcher. It was a revolutionary technology, right? Initial service area, central SF. See, I like this. It's 2, central SF to start. They're literally like, okay, we have like the financial district in here. Get around. They're literally ignoring sunset. Let's just get here. I think that's a nice strategy too. So it's like not only did they pick a city, but they picked a area of a city. So thinking about how to scale out in Uber, super difficult. So that's a super smart strategy. Hyper pick. This would be also true. I'm sure we'll see this also with Tinder's pitch deck, what their GTM would be. But I'm guessing it would be similar. Very focused initial markets and things like this, especially in a two-sided marketplace. You have to do stuff like that. So love this. Like what I see. Technology, mobile apps, payment utilization and tracking, route optimization. This just looks fancy. I don't know what this means, but good for them. Patent pending system design. There we go. Patent pending. Payment utilization, reputation tracking. Super classic. Demand forecasting. I mean, yeah, they did get into all this. This is great, right? But for your pitch deck, it's like, okay, you can do the technology, you can do stuff like this too. It's nice to explain the strategy and like the long-term vision of what you're doing. Okay, here's our market slide that we're looking for. 4.2 billion annually and growing. Top 4 players combined, only 22% of revenue. Taxi and limousine services. So they literally took taxi and limousine services. What's interesting is they've expanded the market, right? Like, I'm going to take an Uber if I go out tonight, when before it's like, I wouldn't have called a taxi, right? That just like seems off. So they really did expand and grow the market and make it a normal thing that anyone can do. But how do you articulate that in the pitch deck? Here, I don't know. This is great though. Composition of market, retail, airports, business. I mean, it's obvious now. I wonder at the time how obvious this was though. I feel like I don't know if I would be like, I'm super bullish on this just from seeing this deck so far, to be honest. Target cities. It's nice. I would like to almost like tie what the TAM of a city is. Like in New York, they're making $100 million every, month, whatever. I don't know. But like what are the goalposts for each city for what can we do? Sure, cool. Essential outcomes. Best case scenario becomes market leader, 1 billion plus in yearly revenue. I believe they've hit that. I actually don't know what the revenue is. Let's look. Did they hit their best case scenario? $21. Yeah. Okay. They 8.6x their best case scenario. Good for them. That is awesome. Realistic, gets 5%, top US cities, generates 20 to 30 million per year profit. This is nice. Worst case, wins 10 car, 100 clients started in SF, time saver SF, base executives. Look at that. They're like, yo, if you invest in this, you get access to this. You'll just have this. Give us the $250,000 check and, for the rest of the time we have this like exclusive club thing. So good for them. Smartphones. Okay, it's like talking about smartphone adoption, which how does the newest technology enable your market and how it didn't before? Right now, what it is with AI. What are startup ideas that didn't work 10 years ago because, GPT didn't exist yet? That is how to think about this stuff now. And that's how people are thinking about it with iPhones. Why is this wouldn't be possible with desktop, right? It wouldn't be as good. It's like I gotta like log on to my laptop to do this thing. No, that doesn't work as well, right? Like the new technology enabled a new frontier, which enabled innovation. So if you're building a company, what is that new frontier? What is that new innovation? That's the way to think about this stuff. Feature optimizations, very good. Pay premium. Yeah, I mean, it's big. Yellow cab, only recognizable brand, invite only. The one-click cab. The NetJets, I don't even know what they did. Cabs 2.0, that's funny. I don't even know which one of these they went with. I mean, I don't even think this sort of slide is necessary. You don't need to do stuff like this. Location-based service. 3.5 billion. Yeah, that's nice. Progress to date. They got the freaking UberCab.com reserved. Let's go. LLC too. iPhone dev license. Oh my gosh. Bank account created. 15 clients. Next. Buy 3 cars. Develop app. Demo. Raise a few $1 million. Office. GM and SF. They're like, we got the domain and we opened up a bank account. Anyway, next we got to buy a car, make the app, like raise a couple million. That's nice. I like this. This is like the energy that you need. If you're going to literally be doing like, if you are early, I think this was pretty early in their process, right? I mean, they didn't have the mobile app or anything. It's interesting they had patent pending things. But anyway, this is a good app. I think if you are this early and now understanding that is how early they are, it's okay to have things like this where they had to fill it with like selling them on the vision versus selling them on the traction. You have to understand where you're at in your journey and then sell from that perspective. If you have a ton of traction, that's what you talk about. You talk about the numbers. If you don't have a lot of traction, you talk about the vision, make them understand the logic and get that aha moment with you also. And that's where you put your focus. So this is great. Love it. Great job. 8.6x there. Best case scenario. I'm gonna wait on buffer. Let's kind of see. I mean, we're already freaking 14 minutes in, so I need to speed up. Airbnb. This is fun. Love this. I mean, like the original people are designers, so this is interesting, right? I've gone through this deck before a while ago. Price. Book rooms with locals rather than hotels. Okay, we can get rid of that. Okay. Price, hotels, no easy way. So problem statement, nice bold, good text, They said this is a recreation, not the original, but let's just assume it's as close to the original as it can. Solution: save money, make money, share culture. A web platform. This is big in their values. I wonder how persuasive that is in the deck for them. Make money when hosting, save money, make money. Web platform. I wouldn't understand the product yet from just up to here. I think like with solution, it's important to have a visual. Like, is save money, make money? Yeah, I'm just not seeing the map between these two really well. You want to be able to snap. The way that people look through pitch decks is like this, right? They're like going really fast, right? So you need to like make things connect or slow them down enough to where they want to read every word. Market validation. Yes, it's nice. Right, we're getting simple colors. We're seeing just the difference with like Uber and Airbnb here. Like Airbnb, the founders being designers and like caring about that. We're seeing color pop, different balances, different types of slides, etc. Of course, nice. That's nice. I don't know about the all caps there. Bunch of online trips. Okay. Yeah, man, I feel like people be showing their product shots a bit too late, or just, I guess like in the journey, it makes sense to have it here. Like you get people primed for it, but this slide doesn't make sense until I see this slide. It's like solution, and that should be your solution. Solution: a web platform where users can rent out their space to host travelers, and then the bottom of it is this, right? And then on it, I could be like, make money, save money, third value proposition. That's a nice way to do it. Keep it going. Business model, nice. 200 million revenue, 10% commission for each transaction, $20 average fee. Yeah, it's awesome. Market adoption, it's good. I'm not sure what round this is of theirs. I don't know. I guess clearly not pre-seed, but this looks great. This thing's a little busy. Widget screenshot, Craigslist screenshot. All right. This is classic. I mean, like if you're doing a competition slide, think of what your XY axis is and put yourself in the top right. It's just what it is. Affordable online transaction. Expensive. That's interesting. Yeah, they did go this different way. Although we're seeing Verbo kind of try and bite more into Airbnb. I like how Craigslist is on here. It's like kind of similar. Couch surfing, very affordable. It's offline transaction. I guess it's like no transaction. Think about what makes sense for you, and make your logo slightly bigger than everyone else's. That's the key on this slide. Competitive advantages. Nice. This is a good one to have. First to market. Host incentive, list one, ease of use, profiles, design, brand. Yeah, looks like we're just getting filler text too. All right, whatever pitch deck, coach. Just a little idea of this. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. Yeah, it's good. Let's keep the party going. This one I'm excited about. I don't know if I've ever looked at this, to be honest. Tinder. The flirting game. So that's actually a good slogan for them. I never heard it. Matchbox. Meet Matt. This girl he likes at a party. But like most of us, Matt will go over to say hello. It's the same problem like most of us do. Fear of rejection. This is funny. This is an example of grabbing that attention and speed of the person. It's like, you're not going to go past this one really fast, right? It's like, I'm going to read every word. Especially now. Meet the Cure. Matchbox. Go around you. You could sign in with Facebook. Brittany. Like or not. Interesting. They had like on the left, not on the right. Friends in common. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it was really built with Facebook that much. That's cool. Jesus Christ. This conversation's so cringy. That's funny. Under the hood, new singles for hyperlocation using Wi-Fi, not GPS. Interesting. Mutual liking, friends in common. Okay, in-app purchases. 2 matches exposed for free. $1 each new match. Thereafter, that's funny. Pay to send virtual flirt gifts. Pay to show up higher and like or not list. Like or not. It's just fun to see how stuff evolves. Now they're like really dialed in with their revenue. Wow. Is that the full deck? Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, the thing to take from this deck is this. Meet Matt. Like, that's a hook right there. Like, this is good. Like, if you can do something like that, if it makes sense with the brand, since it is like a dating app, they could do something like that. If you're doing like biotech, might not make sense to use this style. So just know where your space is, but expand into what your space is and have fun with it. Like, use your brand and use the opportunity with your space if it is a fun thing to do something fun. Because think about how many pitch decks PCs, angels look at, to stand out is challenging. So, you got to go for it. Okay, we're at 20 minutes. I'm just going to do super quick BuzzFeed just because I'm curious. BuzzFeed, 2.5 million. All right, so they are at 60K burn, 2 editors. That's interesting. They went right into these numbers. Where we're headed. This is very straightforward. I like that. A lot of people appreciate that. I guess people would already know. And then what this brand is, it looks like they have some traction. And what's interesting is, the history repeating itself. We're seeing this like the platform for web buzz. And what we saw in Uber too is it's like taxis 2.0, right? And now with Web 3, everything is now the 3.0 version. So it's getting into this new, like what's old is new again, is now we're getting into this new generation with the new unlocks of technology, with both Web 3 and AI. What are those new unlocks? So if you were to build BuzzFeed today, how would you do it? What is the 3.0 launch like? But yeah, obviously this is the V2, their web app. See how many product shots they have? Most of these other people are doing no product shots. They're doing a lot, and they're kind of getting into it. Revenue model, I think they're historically it's not a great business engine, since they just they need so much traffic. It's pretty challenging. But competitors versus media, this is interesting. This is a nice way to do competitors. There's a lot of models. The XY axis, the Venn diagram, ordered list. That's a nice one. How big can this get? YouTube, Wikipedia for buzz and viral media. I feel like Reddit kind of took their cake there. They did better with the UGC. Nice. Good team. I think it's good if you have a team slide with photos. People are investing in people. Show yourself. Like, that's super important. But yeah, solid. I like this. I like how straightforward they were. It ended up being 21 slides, which they were so straightforward in the beginning. I'm surprised that it was that long. But they were raising off of their new 2.0 product launch, and if you're launching something new, it could always be a good time to raise too. Get in before we launch this, etc. It's a nice little FOMO thing. So we like that. And since we went so quick, let's quickly do Buffer. I'm pretty sure Tiny Capital with Andrew Wilkinson bought Buffer. I guess if I search that, of course Google will be like, yeah, they did. Buffer at 3.3 million in the bank. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Social, the most important trend. The amount of user shares today is twice the amount they shared a year ago. Social media marketing surpasses SEO. We'll see. How much this is nice, right? You get into it, Zuck has clout, right? At least in this space. Zuckerberg's law. It's nice to see this guy's an expert in it. They're building on social. It's like borrowing, brand jacking, whatever. And, it's a nice thing to do. It's pure ethos for them. They get some credibility through doing that. Nice, bold. How to use social to drive traffic. Keep your updates. Yeah. This is not a super smooth transition. Keep your updates to traction. I also don't understand they didn't do a problem slide. It's okay. I guess this was supposed to be the problem slide. Social, the most important thing. To your updates. Yeah, it just seems like there's more I wanted. I want to see more product shots. Nice event margins, 1.5 million update buffer. Yeah, it's nice, great. See, they have traction. Use those numbers, use what you got. Milestones, launch web app. Let's go, 1.5K. Okay. That 1 million users. I wonder what they're at now. They do build in public, I should look at that. Business model looks great. It's nice, clear, bullet points. You could do a lot of creative stuff with business model. Sometimes all you need is bullet points. Just kind of share the numbers so people get an idea of what your actual economic growth is. It's something that can be profitable. Social media landscape, Zuckerberg law again, 4 billion items. Yeah, that's nice. It's interesting they're going so much into that. I feel like the point of Buffer is about people are managing their social media, right? And Buffer helps you manage your social media. Maybe they had a different thing before. Sharing standard. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, they totally switched. That's interesting. Okay, well this is also, remember I was saying you have the XY axis, you got the Venn diagram, ordered list. Look at this for a competitive landscape. It's interesting. It's almost like a nice overview. This is pretty slick. And then look, they got themselves in multiple places. So that would be their XY, and they could have done all these companies, but they also wanted to do these, which I think they got into more of this. It's interesting to see what's left too. Hootsuite did very well. They did good. All these other names, if they ain't in the center, I don't know them. So always remember that about your competition too. It's more about you than them. Always focus on that. Team, nice. Boom, boom. Oh, they got Guy. That's a legend. Yeah, it's an awesome team. Founders, nice. That's super cool. Yeah, it's a nice pitch deck. Said there is 500,000 from it, so that's pretty awesome too. It's great that they open source this, but they're also great at open sourcing. I check out all their content. That was a little overview. Hopefully that's inspiring. I think the things to take through are, think about what you're trying to do, or where you're at. Like if you're pre-product, or do you have a product and you have good traction, or is it just pure philosophical? If it is pure philosophical, really share your vision and your thinking and why this is going to be a big opportunity. If you have good traction, focus on the traction and make that the centerpiece. If you're about to launch something new, put in that FOMO element. But all these are they all have different strengths and weaknesses. I think that cohesion is important. I think the one that was the best was actually Tinder's intro. It was very engaging. So if you do that, and then you do, what was it, BuzzFeed's straightforwardness too, with the numbers, and then a lot of the product shots. But then also Uber had very fine-grained and sharp language, which was nice. And I also did how they explained a lot of this stuff. You want people to feel like they're an insider, and they're this is the top secret plan. And that's what you're doing. You're because you have that top secret plan, you're going to execute on this thing, and that's what you're building and what you're passionate about. It's here's why I'm dedicating my life to this thing. That's what you're truly building. So you don't have to be innovative on a pitch deck necessarily. You don't have to do the competitive slide in a way people have never done it before. People are looking for these archetypes, so you don't have to be too creative. But generally, go in, just have the right story that fits together through the whole thing, beginning, middle, end to end. You don't want just a random slide that's out of there, or it's that didn't seem like the next logical step. So think of it like telling a story, get the cohesion, think what your strongest points are in your threads, And it's better to have one point that is very obvious and stunning versus like 5 points that are all weak. Every time you add another one, it takes away. So if you do have a lot to say, you can, and don't try and fit it all in one slide. Like how we saw, I think Uber did their market in 2 slides or multiple slides. You can do that too. So if you do have a lot to say and you're like, I have to say each one of these points to have the story make sense, then don't be afraid to do it in multiple. But yeah, wish you a ton of luck. If you're working on something, send it to me. I'll take a look at your deck. This stuff's fun. So hopefully that was helpful. Best of luck to you. Best of luck on your journey, and keep building.